I've realized recently that it's very difficult to understand the next generation along from you because if you are friends with someone who's like 10, 15 years younger than you, there's something wrong with you. I guess there are some people on the cusp of generations. I think I'm an elder millennial, but there are still millennials who are like 5 years older than me. So those ones you could excuse them for being close to Gen X, because they are yeah, like a couple years apart. Whereas for me, I can only really relate to millennials. You hear people shit on Zoomers, but it's like I don't know any fucking Zoomers. I'm not a fucking pedo. like, who are you meeting? Like, and then if you have children yourself, they're going to be like two generations down. Again, unless there's some weird, unless you're total white trash, you're fucking, you're cranking kids out every 13 years. But anyway, one of the things that I've kind of picked up about from Zoomers, seeing them in the wild, taking what I read on the internet as evidence, but also taking that with a grain of salt, realizing that that's fabricated bullshit put through a lens of social media and blah blah blah, trying to spin a story. But you see Zoomers out in the wild, and it was watching a video the other day. Have you seen that Irish guy on YouTube who approaches people and gives philosophical summaries about who they are? And he's talking about Zoomers and how they will the big thing is um not wanting to appear cringe. They want to be based, but they just don't display any emotion, which is kind of cringe. And those who display emotion to Zoomers appear like NPCs. And I realized like that is how millennials would be viewed compared to the Zoomers. Because I think back to when I was in like my prime millennial gone wild years, early 20s, living in New York. It was kind of the it was the hipster runoff pitchfork era where there were like party bands and it was meant you it was all about having fun. LCD sound system, MGMT, there were drugs, there were loud costumes, Yay Sayer. Remember that band? Oh, what's not enough. It was all this kind of day glow, fucking 80s throwback. There was also some fucking sad, depressing shit in there, but I don't know, kind of that TV show, Girls. We are, yeah. And now I'm talking it through. I do realize that it was pretty cringe. However, there was a compulsion to drink PBR, get fucking wasted, get a shitty job. No, no, don't get a shitty job. Get a fucking convince some fucking you know, corporation to let you be the social media fucking millennial and get them to pay you as much as possible because that's your beer money, that's your Coke money, that's your Coachella money, bitch. Yeah, and it was debauched and it was about living in the moment. I'm getting all teary eyed thinking back. However, it was also the Obama years, right? That's another thing that I think of all the time where it was like, I'm not a huge political person and I'm a privileged white dude. So being in New York during the first black presidency was fucking groovy. People of my ilk were like, we solved it, bitch. Problems are over. Just like completely head in the sand. And yeah, you saw people getting angry and being like, what's all this MAGA shit? But it was just so irrelevant and because you were too busy having fun. And then you come out of that, you hit your 30s, and real life takes its fucking schlong out and gives you the royal treatment. And you get hit with reality. And yeah, and it comes to everyone at a certain point. But anyway, it seems like Zoomers are doing the other way around. They're kind of morose and depressed. And I hate to break it to you, it's like when you're young and pretty and energetic, they're your fun years. You should really fucking, yeah, it will be cringe looking back. My behavior, my outfits, my demeanor, some of the conversations I had, fucking hell, embarrassing. Luckily, the podcasting boom came a little bit later. And even though I've been podcasting for a while, it was remote. There wasn't kind of live streaming. There wasn't, multiple Zoom calls. If I was 5 years younger, it could have been disastrous for me in terms of the type of conversations that were caught on mic and put on the internet. Even if they didn't take me down, just to know that they're out there somewhere would be highly embarrassing. But yeah, I don't know. It's fucking, at least I'm not going to die wondering. You know what I mean? It was a reaction to the fucking whatever, man, Generation X that became before us, the slackers. So we were like, let's fucking grab this by the britches and let's make it our bitch. Whereas the Zoomers aren't really doing that. And so I wonder if they're going to try and start having fun eventually. They're going to drop the facade, the Daria. You're standing on my neck. Na, 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 na. The post-irony position. But also maybe they've also figured something out. Greta Thunberg is, she has half a smile when she has a vegan cheese sandwich from her favorite place twice a week. That's probably the wildest thing she gets up to. And she's getting older and the world is getting more fucked up. So maybe Zoomers have missed their opportunity for young, carefree fun because they're too busy thinking about the world, man, trying to save things, which I think is impossible. So if you are caught up in this, you should maybe not go full euphoria. And because that, again, the ones that do go out there really give it a nudge. Us millennials had to get up for our fucking bullshit laptop, social media jobs. And so we got on the Xannies and we made it fucking happen. We were pretending to be functional members of society, but we were just party monsters. So yeah, have a bit of fun would be my recommendation. But then you're just going to look at me and say, okay, boomer, you just want me to do what you did. And therein lies the issue. Youth is wasted on the young. I wouldn't have listened when I was your age. So who the fuck am I expecting you to listen to me? And also, yeah, I don't deal with Zoomers. So I'm there's no point. We we don't intersect. I have a child. He's 2 generations. He's a generation after you. I'll deal with them. You're dealing with Generation X, your parents. So hello, if you're out there. Hope you're doing well. We don't interact very often, but yeah, I'm a millennial NPC you probably hate. But good day to you. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.